star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, hello, everybody. It is another episode of the Colby Rebel Show, but this is a special episode because tonight we are going to celebrate Valentine's Day. I want you to be my Valentine as we take your calls on air. And these calls are going to be about love. Do you want to connect to a loved one on the other side? Do you have questions about your relationship? What about a partnership? Maybe something upcoming. Maybe you are tired of being single, tired of spending Valentine's by yourself, and you want to know when that special someone is coming in. So, this is a great time for us. You know, there's a lot of people who kind of complain about the commercialism of Valentine's Day, but I believe it's really like any celebration. It's a reminder. So, do you have all the other days? Of course you do. But isn't it nice to have that day where we can all come together and celebrate love as one? It is just that day, you know, with customer service, you could say Happy Valentine's Day, you know, or you meet someone and you're just kind of celebrating with them. We're celebrating love as one. And I love it. Personally, I think it's great, even though, what is it, Single Awareness Day for some? um, but you know, who cares? Enjoy it. And certainly, especially in today's time, it's about celebrating self-love, that celebration of connecting to yourself, loving yourself fully without beating yourself up, without negative self-talk, without putting yourself down as we tend to do. You know, we put so much pressure on ourselves to meet these expectations that we could never possibly meet. So, what about a day to just love yourself fully with everything you've got and speak to yourself with kindness, speak to others with kindness. Now, of course, we should do it all the time, but why not, especially on Valentine's Day? So, we are going to take some callers on air. There's a lot to talk about. So there's also a couple things coming up that I do want to kind of mention to you if I can. So I do have the Mastering Mediumship. So I did this last month and it was so popular. We it was full. We had a great time. So I'm going to do it again. This is April 8th. It's online. So you do need some experience. This is really not for the beginner. You have to have some connection, some experience, but you can register online and the spots will fill up. This will sell out. And then once it does, no spots will be opened. So join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to dive in, help you master that connection. Okay. The second thing that I've got coming up is the Spirit Development Circle. So this is in Los Angeles. And again, not necessarily for the beginner, but if you're an intermediate or advanced and you really want a place to practice and hone and kind of really develop to get that detail, come join me. It's in Los Angeles. We meet Tuesday nights. It's 4 Tuesday nights. So easy breezy. You really can't miss it. Now, most of you know I am heading to New Zealand and Australia next week, and I could not be happier. I am so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fantastic, and everything is really filling up, so that's been a lot of fun to really know and to be supported. I had so much fun last year. So I start off in Auckland, New Zealand, and then I head down to Hastings, and then I head over to Brisbane, and I spend time in Brisbane and a place called Redlands, which is pretty close to Brisbane. Then I'm heading off to Melbourne before heading back to the USA, then off to Dallas. So there's gonna no episodes for the next couple weeks, I know. So we got to get our fill in tonight. But I know I played this last week, but for some of you who weren't there or maybe didn't catch it, I'm going to play the little 1-minute video again of this upcoming tour. So if you are in New Zealand or Australia, you can make it. You can come join me in person. How fantastic will that be? We'll have a blast. If you know anyone, share it with them. But let us celebrate. And 10% of the net proceeds are actually going to go back to helping support the wildfire recovery. Because again, that devastation is massive. So we can keep giving. All right, here we go. Let's play this for you. Oh, there you go. So you can see how much fun I'm going to have. I mean, last year I held a koala, fed a kangaroo, I skydived. So this year is really going to be a lot of fun catching up with some new friends, some old friends, and really spending time there. So we are going to take some callers in just a minute. Remember, if you've gotten through recently, I'm going to ask you to not call through. Let's let those who haven't had that connection get through. Also, remember, I love doing this podcast. This is a way to give back, right? If you can't afford a session with me, or it's not in the budget at the moment, or you just kind of need a quick fix, this is just an opportunity. This is really a way of giving back and really being there. And I really love it and enjoy it. So I just want to thank all of you who are so dedicated and supportive, and you show up every week and you watch and you share and you call in. So I do want to take a moment to thank all of you wonderful people out there, to show my love and appreciation for you. All right, how about we take some callers? Let's see who we've got here. We've got quite a bit of callers on the thing here. Let's how about this 415? 415, you're on the air. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. It's Annie.
Hi, Annie. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm great. How are you?
I am well. What can I do for you tonight?
I have a question about my love life.
Okay. What is your question? Is it a specific question?
Yeah. So, what do you see?
Honestly, I got to be honest, Annie. I'm feeling new love is here. New love is coming in. It's almost like you needed to get some things in order. It feels like you kind of had to get a little bit situated, and then I feel like this love is presenting itself, okay? So I do feel like there's been a lot of organization in your life. Does that make sense? Or kind of getting your ducks in a row is really what it feels like.
Yes.
Okay. And then also, it's so interesting because I feel like there's a lot of change coming in. There's almost I don't want to say overwhelming, because I know you've been expecting this and excited about it, but there just seems to be a lot of change at once. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, I just moved.
Okay, perfect. Now, I feel like with this move, it's like we cleanse. It's not just that you cleanse the energy, which I know you did. It's really that you got in alignment with it. So I feel like now you're getting the life in order, you're getting your place in order. Now I feel like, okay, I'm ready for this partner. Like I feel like you're even looking around you and seeing people that you go, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this person looks good. Oh, it's almost like the spark has kind of gotten up within you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And now there is a guy around you. I feel like I'm almost curious if you already met him because it's so close to me that I feel like this is someone you might have just recently met, and if not, it's going to be just within the next few months that you're meeting him. Have you met someone recently that you've been interested in or started to date, or is that not quite happened yet?
I did. We've gone on like 2 dates, but I'm not so sure about him.
Um, I believe there's someone on the tail of this person. So I feel like, spend time with this person. We got to kind of see it to the end. But I feel like there's someone on the
Okay.
tail of this person, or someone like as you're seeing this person, someone else steps in. And I feel like the other person is the one that you're going to have more of a connection with. Okay. Because I
Okay.
see you being able to go and have more time, but this first one is really good because he kind of broke the ice. So it's like we
Okay.
got that part done, right? We got it out there. But yeah, I feel like it's about being like flirty and fun. It's almost like you feel rejuvenated, re-energized. And I got to tell you, it definitely looks a little bit like a buffet to me because I just see a lot of potential suitors. So, am I right? Am I correct that where you moved is more like you're looking around and just saying like either more down to earth guys or I don't know if rugged is the right word, but just
That's right.
guys, yeah, that you're going, oh yeah, look at that way. So anyhow, this feels to be very good. This feels to be exciting. Like I said, though, I think within 3 months, this one I'm really sensing comes in. I feel like his name is very basic. It's like a Jeff or a John or a David. It's super like a basic name. I don't think it's anything. We're not dealing with something. We're not dealing with like a Dallas.
Okay.
um,
Okay.
it makes me feel,
Good to know.
and he makes me feel like he's very down to earth. He makes me feel like he's pretty simple, doesn't like things too complicated, but that's actually a really good thing. I feel like he's very, it takes a lot to get him upset, which I think is really good. And I really feel like he just enjoys this spark with you. So get out there, keep doing it. Let's let this first one kind of run its course. But as you're doing it, because you're not monogamous with this first person, right? You're just kind of outplaying the field a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. So just kind of enjoy it. Let it fulfill, but really kind of keep dating. Okay?
Okay, I will.
All right,
I will.
you got this. You got this. So enjoy your Valentine's Day. This is it. This is your year for love, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, Colby. Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty, everybody. Let us take another caller. Let's see. How about we've got this 859? Let's see who this is.
Hello.
Hi there. Who is this?
This is Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What can I do for you tonight?
Well, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and it's going to be another lonely one.
Okay. All right. So do we need a little cheer me up? Is that what we need, Kathy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, got it. Here's the thing, and if you could, I think you have a TV on or something in the background, so if you don't mind muting that or running into another room for me. But I get the sense with you, a little bit though, if I can call you out a little bit on this, I think a little bit is this your own doing, because I feel like you make yourself too busy to get out there and put yourself out there. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, I'm always rescuing and not being rescued kind of
Yeah,
thing.
well, because I believe too, it is because you are such an empath and you are calling in those ones that they need a lot of support, like either financial support or they need housing. Like, so I feel like you're
Yeah,
out there, I feel like you're out there kind of pulling in that person. But there's also a relationship that's a little bit in the past for me. I feel like you were with someone for an extensive period of time as well. And this obviously didn't work out. But I feel like the
right.
habits you learned in that relationship, you're still carrying forward into new relationships. Does that make sense to you? Were you married to someone or in a long
Yeah, it does.
relationship? Okay. Because I get a
Yeah.
sense of that kind of, there's a part, honestly, I feel like you put a little bit of your worth into how much you're helping someone. But what I'd love for you to do is really focus on loving yourself enough that they need to kind of come in and be an equal partner to you. Because I feel like that's going to be, were you with a drinker also? Were you with someone who either drank a lot or did something like that?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
So that's what, okay. So I feel like around this, we got to get you to kind of hone in on that self love. I would love for you to reinvent yourself a little bit too, because I feel like you want to. I just feel like you haven't, or you don't know what to do. And I almost feel like it's about kind of, there's a kind of a you inside that I think wants to come out a bit more, and you haven't let yourself do it, even like a sexier you, honestly. So, so have you thought about that at all? Like, hey, I kind of want to change up some stuff, but you haven't
Yes, I
really.
have.
Yeah, see, I want you to listen to that. Listen to that voice. Listen to that. There's like a sexy woman on the inside that wants to come out, and I think you're listening to what you've been told by past partners, and that's kind of defeating your self-confidence. And we need to like let those go away. Obviously, that's, not the person you want to pull in. And I'd love to see you. I really feel like, and you've got a mother in spirit, don't you?
Yep.
Because I have a woman that keeps telling me to tell you to put on a dress.
I hate dresses.
Put
Oh,
on,
I hate dresses.
yeah, you see? But your mom would say that to you. Put on a dress and go get a man. I don't know if that's the best advice, but maybe she's got a point, right? Maybe it's about showing people that, there's a side to you that is feminine and flirty and fun, and that, that you're not always there to carry somebody else, okay?
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
I feel like for you, I want you, even though tomorrow's Valentine's Day, why don't you promise to go out and do something for yourself?
Oh, yes, I fully plan on that.
Okay, good. Is there a little local bar by you? I don't know if it's country western or something where it's a little bit of a bar.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Okay. I think you would have a lot of fun there tomorrow night.
Okay. Because I don't drink, so I would probably just have coffee or something.
Yeah, I mean you could have soda. You don't have to have alcohol. But I think
Right.
it's a place I see where they've got some dancing there. So I feel like they've got some dancing, and I feel like you just might enjoy the conversation. The company put on something cute. You're going to feel fabulous and enjoy yourself.
Sounds like fun.
It is going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See, for one of the reasons why I don't do dresses because I usually work at a barn. I work with
Oh,
horses.
see, you know what's so funny is I kept seeing cowboy boots with the dress.
Right.
So just put on some
That's
boots with a
interesting.
dress. Yeah, put on some boots with a dress and be comfortable. And one last thing is unless you plan on dating a horse, you got to get out there and dress for the world. Dress, you can wear your boots and your
Right.
jeans and get all muddy at work, but then don't be afraid to put something
Right.
on that makes you feel fabulous and get out there. You have nice hair. Put your hair down. Let people see you.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely.
You have to put
Uh,
yourself out there, okay?
okay.
All right. You have a good night. Have fun tomorrow night.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing. We all have our comfort clothes, right? We would all love to just lounge around in sweatpants or whatever, old t-shirts or whatever. But, when you are wanting to change something in your life, you have to change the energy around it. You have to change the energy that is keeping you locked into the place that you don't really want to be. And, if you're going to places and pulling in the same type of person over and over, you have to kind of say, what can I do to change the energy around it? What can I take control of in order to say, I'm going to choose something different, or I'm going to put out a different energy to then manifest a different result? Okay. All right. How about let us talk to 814. Hey, 814, this is Colby. Who is this?
Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. What can I do for you tonight?
I would just like to see if my parents would come through.
Okay, got it. Let's just kind of get a little bit of information. I actually feel like they both popped in together at the same time. So I do feel like you had very supportive parents, or they're always kind of coddling you. I don't know if they use the word coddling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the baby. Yeah.
That's it. That's just what I was gonna say. That's so cute. And they give me this sense too. I believe you felt so loved by them. I believe that they were very, very affectionate parents. Only because I see them.
Yes.
Oh, I mean this with love, but do you know if you were a mistake or a surprise? Because
I'm not sure, honestly.
I feel like when your mom found out, she was so excited. Like I feel like both your parents were just so excited about this. So, and are there three of you, Vanessa? Are there three siblings total?
There's 4 of us.
I wonder if there's three of the same gender then. Does that make sense? Because I
Yeah,
can't.
3
Okay.
girls.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, thank you. They're giving me a sense where I almost feel like you make me feel like they were so surprised by you, but in such a good, positive way, and very protective of you. And they give me a sense too. I do feel like the passing almost makes me feel a little bit sudden, or maybe you didn't get a chance to say goodbye to them. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I get a sense too and I feel like it's been a little bit of time, like, because they're taking me back a few years. So it's been a bit of time since they transitioned. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then I get an 8. I don't know if you were 8 or if there's a connection to the month of August. Do you recognize that?
My mom and I, our birthdays are on June 8th.
Oh, got it. Okay, that's your 8th. Okay, thank you. And, they keep showing me the fact, too, I feel like you were the most sensitive of all the kids.
Yeah, I was.
So
Yeah.
your mom keeps giving me a feeling where again, your feelings would get hurt easy when you were growing up. And so she'd always make sure your siblings were being extra nice to you, because I feel like, and you're so, I feel like you're always so caring towards animals. Does that resonate? Or you're always trying to save things when you were little? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Only because she shows
Animals. Yeah, I like animals.
Yeah, because she shows me a memory of little and just you being outside and being so careful about even like animals like that are, bees and all sorts of things. She's showing me that you would care about everything. And they keep giving me a feeling too of I feel like one of your parents maybe wasn't able to speak or communicate at the end. Do you know that or do you not know that?
My mom, yeah.
Okay, because she keeps giving me a feeling of wanting to express to you now how much she loves you, how much she cares about you, okay? And I got a K sound like a Kathy or a Karen. Do you know if there's someone connected with the name that's a K? That the beginning of the name would be a K sound?
Not that I can
Or it could be a
think of
middle
right
name.
now.
Okay, or it could be a middle name. And because I keep getting Ka, like it's a, but I keep feeling like it's a Catherine or a Karen, like a Ka A. So if that rings a bell
Not that I
later,
can think of right now.
all right, put it in the notes if it makes a sense because she's just letting us know that they're around you. They're letting us know. You don't have some, she's telling me she's being adamant. So you know your mom would be adamant about things, right? So I feel like when this it's going to connect because I feel like this person is around you or she's thanking this person for.
Oh,
Go ahead.
real quick.
Yeah.
My sister's middle name is Kay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, how cute is that, right? I love that, honey. I love that. Okay. That is so cute. Your mom just laughs. You know, your mom has a very special bond with you, and I'm sure you know that. They loved all their kids, but she has such a special bond with you. I think you're a lot like your mom, because
Yeah.
do you she's showing me your fingers. So I'm not sure if do you have a ring from her or is it that she's always holding your fingers? Do you understand this or holding
I'm
a
not sure.
Okay, she's holding your
Um,
hand. Let me tell you, she's holding your hand, okay? So, and I think she would have done this in the living, like would have just grabbed your hand. There's something very reassuring when she would touch you or when she grab your hand, right? And so she holds your hand and she's letting you know I'm right here with you. I know, sweetheart, she's giving me a lot of pain for you, a lot of, I really feel like you've really wanted her advice or you've wanted to share things with her. Like, I know that this has been really difficult for you. And she just keeps saying she needs to know I'm holding her hand and I'm right here listening to her. I'm right here, sweetheart. I hear you. Okay. She tells me
okay.
about a graduation. Would you understand a graduation that did she pass before you graduated or is there an award or something? An accolade because
No, not that I can think of.
I'm trying to think here. Did you get a recent degree or she keeps saying there's a accolade, meaning an award or a degree. There's something she's very, very proud of that you've accomplished. So, and I have a feeling that this is since she's transitioned because I feel like this is what she wants you to know. So you can't think of something where you either graduated or achieved something that you have been going for.
Not that I can think of.
All
Well,
right,
off the top of my head, anyways.
all right. You think of it because she's giving me applause around this. So I feel like, would you understand it around one of your siblings, even though I do feel like this is for you?
Not that I can think of either.
Okay, you think about it because she keeps what happens is she keeps giving it to me, so I know I know it's just a matter of getting you to kind of for us to connect what it is. But I do know that she's very proud of this, and it was something that she would have encouraged you to do. Okay. And she keeps saying how impressed she is at the young woman that you are. Like she gives me a sense of being very impressed by you. Now, she would have been the talker only because dad is here, but he's letting mom talk. So I do feel like, it's a sense of her wanting to give you this connection or this love around. She does show you butterflies. So you should maybe watch for the butterflies for her.
Yeah, that's what we always do, yeah.
Okay, gosh. And she's recognizing that and letting you know that that is her. And then also, would
Okay.
you know if somebody has um, a necklace that's a heart? I got confused. I felt like she showed a heart, but then she showed wings. So I'm not quite sure what she's giving me. Do you know if you have a heart necklace or one of your siblings has a necklace that would have been a gift from your mom?
I'm not sure,
Okay.
honestly, about that one either.
Okay, ask there's a heart or a wings and ask your sibling. To me
Okay.
there's either a heart or a wings and your mom's recognizing it and I feel like it's for one of the siblings and I feel like it's for one of the other girls, okay? And so
Okay.
it's almost that love for everyone. So I do know that they want you to tell you how much they love you and how much they're around you. And to kind of especially on Valentine's Day, it feels like it's very they're really wanting to recognize tomorrow and showing you a lot of love tomorrow and giving you that reassurance that your mom is there. So when you have advice or when you need something, she's there with you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one last thing. I think that there's either she keeps showing me like a baby for you. So I feel like, you know, I do, more in this psychic part, but I do feel like you're going to have a child, but there's going to be a connection to your mom when this baby comes into your life.
Okay.
Okay. And she wraps you
Okay.
in a big hug. She gives you this big hug. Um, And then there's also a photo of you and her that I feel like she's got a big smile. Like I feel like your mom's got just this big smile, and you can see this love that she has for you. Do you have a photo? This
Yeah,
is
I
driving.
think
Is that a graduation photo, you and your mom, or do you understand
yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Remember when I said the accolade or the graduation, and she's trying to get me to talk about this photo. Okay. And so
Okay.
it's letting you know that she's with you and that she's around you and gives you all of her love. Okay, honey?
Okay, thank you.
You're well. I know. My heart goes out to you, but just know that she's okay. All right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Lots of love to you, honey.
Thank
Oh,
you so much.
you're welcome, baby. You're welcome, Vanessa. Have a good night, honey.
You
Oh,
too. Thank you. Bye.
oh, oh, sweetheart. Um, it's hard when, you can feel you can feel the emotion and the loss, but I love how when spirit does come through, they're coming through joyful. They're not coming through sad. They're not coming through in pain. They're not coming through um in a harsh way. They're coming through saying, "Hey, we're okay and we feel good and we just want to let them know and let them know that we're around them." So I'm glad that she got through tonight. So, lots of love to you, sweetheart. Let's take another caller. Let's see. How about 845? Hey, 845, you're on the air. This is Colby.
Hi, Colby. How
Hi,
are you?
I'm good. Who is this? Uh-oh. Are you there?
This is Wendy.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
Yes,
What can
I'm
I do
here.
for you tonight?
So, big thing. My partner and I have been together almost 3 years, and we're struggling.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so, want to know kind of if we're going to be okay.
mm-hmm.
And also, am missing my grandmother partly because of that.
Okay. So what we
Well, mostly I miss her all the time.
yeah. So we're gonna focus on the relationship, okay? And what I
Okay.
feel like around the partner, it gives me a sense around the part. There's a little bit of power struggle for some reason, Like I feel like your partner isn't feeling heard, or they're feeling a little impatient. Does that make sense? Because I feel like there's a little agitation with them. Do you understand that?
So I'm the one who's feeling not heard.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Okay, I got it. And you're feeling like a bit frustrated or agitated. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Do you also
Agitated is good.
almost too, would you understand your partner? It almost feels like they've been creating excuses as well. I don't know. It feels like I almost feel like you're ready to move forward and they're kind of wanting to stay where things were. Does that resonate for you, or does that
I,
make sense?
I feel like at times I'm being pushed away, and there's excuses to why it's not going to work.
Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like this has to do with their own trauma, which is interesting because I feel like they've got some past trauma that they're projecting onto you as to why this can't work, you know? And the thing is that if they keep having those thoughts and feelings, they're absolutely going to be right. They're going to manifest that result because they're going to push you away to the place where you can't stay in it because it won't be healthy for you. You know, and I think this has a lot to do with their parents. So, would you understand either them feeling abandoned by their parents or one of their parents not being around them or something? Do you know this or not know this around this partner?
Her mother died unexpectedly,
Okay, because and it almost
and there's yeah.
what almost feels like. It almost feels like there's something about that where she feels abandoned from it. And maybe not necessarily just that her mother passed away, but I think the fact that she didn't really have that support from others in the family the way she needed, or that, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it left her alone. And I feel like for her, I feel like she's just so afraid that if she stays with you, God forbid something happens to you, she's going to be left alone. Like it's almost like she's trying to protect herself. Okay?
That's the way it feels.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
but you know, the thing is that the thing is that she's kind of that's something she's got to work on. Like, you know, what are you going to do? You can only be you, and you can tell her you're not going anywhere no matter what happens. She's got a lot of pride around her. So I think she's really afraid of getting sick, or she's afraid of needing help. Like, I just keep feeling like she's afraid of being vulnerable. She's used to being tough. She's used to not needing anyone, and then you come in. And
Yes.
and I feel like you are hitting her triggers of vulnerability, and she doesn't know what to do with it. I think when she first met you, she could have her bravado on, and it was fine. But now, years in, when you're really seeing that she does need help and that she does feel lost at times, when she kind of had this whole show on for you, you're seeing past it. So she keeps feeling like the more you see of all of her, you're going to run away. And so she's trying to be proactive so that she can't be hurt, so that she makes the decision, right? So we just tell her, tell her to knock it off. You tell her, Colby said knock it off. Tell her I said to stop self-sabotaging this amazing relationship. The two of you feel good together. The two of you feel like you're meant to be together. You both have your stuff. You know, you both came into this with some baggage, but I believe you're getting to the bottom of it. I believe she's purging the bottom of the tank. So if the two of you can work through this, you're going to get through the rest of it. It's just like she's looking for a reason to run. I'm almost curious if 3 years has almost been the longest relationship she's had, or the most serious with a woman. Do you know that, or do you not know that?
So she's been married twice before for 8 and 10 years.
Okay.
Before.
To women?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. There's something about 3 years for her. So we got to find out what happens in the 3 years mark for her. that she starts to kind of
Okay.
really feel panicky. Because she's just feeling panicky to me. She's not feeling like, I don't think she's in love with you. She still loves you. She wants to be with you. This all feels to be very fear-based to me. So, and I
Okay.
feel like there has to be something about the vulnerability. So, try to work on this with her. At the end of the day, though, like I said, if she is choosing not to, there's nothing you can do. You can't force her. But I would at least encourage her to kind of say, hey, let's work through this and let's sort this out together. And just make sure that your needs are being met as well, not just her. But just, I think, hopefully helping you figure out where it's coming from. Maybe that helps you in how to kind of deal with it a little bit better.
No, that's awesome. I get to the point where I'm like, I can't take it anymore and I'm gonna leave, and then she comes back and she's like, no, you can't leave.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want you to leave.
you see, it's just this, it's a little bit it's a little bit of that passive aggressiveness. She really wants you. She wants to be with you. She's almost just trying to test you and push all your buttons, but we just have to get her to work on trusting and surrendering into the relationship and allowing herself to be soft and vulnerable through the process, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
You're welcome. And enjoy tomorrow night. Don't bring up stuff.
Happy
Just
though.
have a good time tomorrow night. Enjoy it, okay?
All right, and you have a wonderful Valentine's as well. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Relationships are tough and they take work. And when we contribute to that and we put effort into it, we really can find that partner that we can be with for a lifetime, right? All right. How about we do another one? Let us see. Let's talk to 316. Hey, 316, you're on the air. Who is this?
This is Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. I am well. What can I do for you?
So I've spent many years being single, raising my family, which has been fine.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just kind of curious, do you see anything in the near future for me?
What's interesting is I do feel like you did get lost in raising those kids, almost like working to make ends meet, right? So I do see a lot of your time
Absolutely.
was consumed. I also see you were nursing some wounds, So I see a lot of that. It's almost like you weren't in a place to even want to date, let alone having the time or energy to, right? But
Correct.
I also feel like now you were married. Is that correct? Is that right, Cheryl? Or because I feel like you were in a relationship and the person left.
So I was married once, but that
Okay.
was years and years ago.
Okay, got it. Because I do feel like for you, now that the kids are getting a little older, like I feel like they're old enough to do things on their own or tie their shoes or take care of
Oh
themselves a
yeah,
little bit,
absolutely.
that I do feel like this is the time for you. It's interesting though, because kind of like that other lady, it is about reinventing yourself right now as well. Like you're still identifying yourself with the mom raising the kids. I want you to start shifting that as like, I am a woman of my own, right? Like I am a woman on my own and really starting to bring that in. And I feel like, because I do I see that there's a partner for you, and I see that you're definitely meant to be in this relationship. But it's a little hard because we have to just get you a little more comfortable with the whole dating thing, because I feel like you still don't feel comfortable with that. Does that resonate? Like you don't feel like you're out there saying, yeah, let me hit the streets with this.
Right. No,
So
I'm not.
I think too, what's interesting is you don't feel like I think the people around you, you don't really feel like you're engaging a whole lot with them. because I see you with someone that I almost feel like you already know them, or they're already around in your neighborhood. Like, I don't feel like you have to do online dating to meet this person. I just feel like you're not necessarily having your awareness out. You're not putting those feelers out to kind of have that Scooby sense a little bit more. Because I see someone who's around you. I see that it's not that you're close to them. Obviously, you're not close, or you would see this. But they're not a complete stranger. Like, they're in your area. So you're in more of a residential area. Is that right? You don't feel like you're in the middle of a crazy city.
No, suburban.
And in your area, it's like people know, like the shopping centers, and people are like friendly, and they all kind of know one another. Because I feel like this guy is at a place where you visit.
Mm. Well, I don't visit very many places, so
It's around
it's kind of
you.
hard for me to figure.
Well, then you got to get out. Then see, you got to get out and get to places around you, because this, to me, you meet them in a place that's around you. So I need you to put yourself out there more. You got to do this. I say this all the time to people. UPS and FedEx are not delivering your soulmate at the door. But I do.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's time for you to get out and like have some fun. Put yourself out there. You're holding back, like you kind of want this part of your life, but you're holding back on it, and they keep wanting to push you out. So you have to try to do that for you. That's going to take you. There's nothing I can say to make that happen. You got to do that part. Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
But I think you know
so
this
would
guy.
this be
Or not know
like?
him,
Would
but
it be just like a? Oh, sorry.
go ahead. Would it be like a what, honey?
I mean, would it be like just meeting him at the grocery store, or
Yeah, like I
going
literally, even when I saw it, I think he could be a manager at a grocery store, or he could be someone that if you're heading, going to your local restaurant or a bar, he's someone who's working there, like, or he's around it. So I think we just got to get you out and about more in your own area, in your neighborhood, and then that's how you interact with him. Well, once you start talking to the opposite sex more.
Yeah, I don't talk to him very much.
No. So we got to get you to do that part, okay? So,
Okay.
all right. Well, I hope that helps.
Do you get a?
Well, I'm going to let you go because I
It
got to get
does.
one more caller in before the show ends. So I'm hoping that
All right,
helps. So
thank you
get
so
yourself
much.
out there. All right. Lots of love to you, honey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye bye.
All right. So the next caller, you have just 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all you've got. Let us try 612. Hey, 612, you're on the air. This is Colby. Who is this?
Brittany,
Hi, Brittany. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing good.
What can I do for you in 2 minutes?
Yeah. I would just like to maybe hear possibly from my loved ones.
Okay, what specific loved ones? Because in 2 minutes, honey, I got to kind of hone in here. How about a
My
grandmother? There's a
grandfather
Oh,
or
okay.
My grandmother.
Yeah, the grandmother was there first, so let me just kind of call her in. I do feel like with this grandmother, I just need you to try to go to a place where we don't have the child in it. Are you holding the baby? Are you there, honey?
No, she just loves me. I'll just mute. I'm sorry.
That's okay, sweetheart. Don't you worry. Let me talk. You mute it, and I'll talk, and then we'll make sure it sounds good to you. Because I get a lady here that she would have been good with kids. So your grandmother was very loving, very much around. I do feel like she loved it. I almost feel like she either would have liked your hair or braided your hair, because she gives me a sense of being affectionate towards you. I know your grandfather was like, you were just like the little apple of his eye, because I do get a sense around him that he would always be protective, making sure you're okay. He's very playful with you. But even your grandmother was making sure you were all right, making sure, almost like you would spend time with him, but she's very mothering towards you, making sure you're fed well. I think that that was important to her. And I feel like the fact of your baby, I keep seeing, your daughter, that there's a sense where she loves how you're mothering your daughter. She loves how you're with your daughter. And she keeps giving me, she gives me a little pink blanket around. So I don't know if you have a blanket from your grandmother, but I keep seeing she's wrapping her in a pink blanket. And on a psychic note, this may not be your only child. Okay, so unmute it and just see if any of that makes sense.
Yeah, I actually made her a blanket. I do
Ah,
have a second child.
there you
He's
go.
a bit older though.
Yes, there you go. There you go. You know, it's odd. Real quick, she showed me them in reverse, so that's different. I saw the pink blanket, then a blue blanket, which lets me know a boy. So it's interesting that she kind of showed them in reverse. Now, would she have known the boy? Was she around that boy at all? Was she before she transitioned?
No, she didn't know him.
Okay. Well, she does recognize them because she showed two. So she definitely gave me a feeling of there being two. And she's just letting you know to take that blanket, wrap it around you, and she's giving you lots of love. Okay, sweetheart?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. One last thing, real quick, honey. Do you have cookie makers from her or something like that? Or did you just make cookies?
So my grandmother had a recipe,
Okay.
and I've spent about 8 years trying to find a relative that had it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I finally found it, and I was extremely excited to make her bars.
Oh, got it. So that's why she's showing. I think she would have used a cutter with them or something. So that's really funny. So just know she's going to be there with you in that moment when you're making them. So feel her love with you, okay?
Okay,
And
thank you.
one last thing, baby doll. You make sure your Nana, you cannot, you got to follow that recipe to the T. Like, this isn't a lady that would add a dash of something or nothing. Like, it's very specific, this recipe, so you got to follow it to the T. Measure things out, she said, because sometimes you'll round things off. She needs you to be very specific with it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, do you know if those bars have nutmeg in them? Nutmeg or cinnamon? Or do you not know?
Possibly the nutmeg.
Yeah, do me a favor. She's giving me a feeling that if you check that recipe, I felt like it was nutmeg, but it's a brown powder. And she makes me feel like that's the one you have to be careful, because if it's not exactly, they'll come, like they'll be too bitter or something won't be quite right in them, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That's extremely important.
Don't disappoint her with these bars you've been waiting 8 years to make.
Amen.
All right. Lots of love to you, sweetheart. Lots of love. Happy Valentine's Day. Give the baby a kiss, okay?
You too. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, one last thing. Did you name your daughter after your grandmother, or does your daughter have her part of her name? Is there or your name? Something like that.
So, our family is a double T name.
Okay.
So all of us me and my husband have double T's, and then our son and our daughter do as well.
Got it.
But
Got
I
it.
think she also had double T's in her name.
Yeah, I just feel like she's recognizing the name, okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye, honey. You know, I'll tell you what, grandmas are the best, aren't they? And all right, everybody, that is the end of the show. You know, whether you are single or in a relationship, or even in one where there's a little bit of struggle, we had all of that tonight. We had a lot of readings about missing a loved one, or being single and where's my loved one, or in a relationship and how's this going to work out. just know that we can work on it. Know that when you put your energy out there, when you put that effort out there, it will manifest itself for you. Feel that love. Feel that love for yourself first. Give that love freely. Be with everyone, and let's celebrate. There's enough anger and hate and hurt in the world. Let us just have a day to celebrate some darn love. So happy Valentine's Day to you. I will be posting some videos from down under. Make sure you follow. If you feel like it, please leave a review on iTunes. That would mean the world to me. I really appreciate it. I do appreciate your love, your loyalty, and your support. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.